Good morning. For several weeks, we have been speaking of and looking at how Sandy Springs Methodist reflects grace in action. And we've paired that with Scripture. Well, today we go radical with the story of the Good Samaritan. It helps us to move from the strength and encouragement we receive in this place to a community and a world that needs hands-on ministry. So let's take a couple moments and see how Sandy Springs Methodist does that. First, we use our God-given resources of finances and facilities, and we allow God to work in our hearts through the words that we find in this place and in Scripture, so that we clothe and feed and transport and care for others. One of our members, nurtured by this church, takes a homeless person to Grady every week for physical help. One of our sisters finds a home for someone living in Sandy Springs in difficult situations, finds a place for her to live, and later transports her to a relative in Alabama. One of our members learns that the school children in nearby schools have no food on the weekends because they rely on school food during the week. And then that person launches the backpack program that you heard mentioned this morning. You'll be interested to know that in January of 2023, we will complete 10 years of that ministry to children in schools in this area. Some have worked with alcoholics. Others helped with filing government documents, which are so important in this day and time. Some regularly stay at the church overnight. Now that's pretty radical, isn't it? Staying at the church? But they do that to help with families who are here to be housed for a week. We do this 4 times a year as part of our commitment to Family Promise. One of us saw a space that could house a ministry like Solidarity. She helped bring it here, volunteers regularly along with others in the congregation, and this organization offers food and clothing to people who do not have enough. A week ago, over 500 families shopped for food in our fellowship hall downstairs. Now that's radical. 500 families. We heard of a need for tutoring children after school. We provide space daily and volunteer as needed with La Amistad, who support and help students in nearby Lake Forest. Our neighbors down the street, 1 block away, come here for extra help every day. One of our youth participated recently in the Raise Up Help for Hunger. It was a great event, and she had a wonderful time, and so she went to her school and said, we ought to do something like this. And as a result, in the near term, her school will actually do a food packing program that will go around the world. And after more than a generation, we have supported scouting here, and we appreciate so much Troop 463 being with us today. I'm not sure how many Eagle Scouts have come through that program. I'm not sure how many young men have been encouraged and taught and lead better lives because of being part of the scouting program here. These are examples of radical, hands-on Good Samaritans of our time. And it happens here and through the church because of you. Now, yes, I realize this is the time of year that we ask for money. But I hope you can see and feel the results of your giving to this church. In this way, you fulfill Christ's answer to the question, who is my neighbor? And at the end of the story, you will hear the one who treated the man kindly. And Jesus said, go and do likewise. So I hope that you will join me and others who have already pledged in giving for next year to enable Sandy Springs Methodist to continue to serve our neighbors in this community. Thank you.